Hello everyone, Tango5 here again with some more Pokemon Rumble. As you can see, I'm starting off this part with Arbok. Right there I went to go and look at the Pokemon that I'd caught in that dungeon. But here we are in the Fiery Furnace, the 4th dungeon in the C rank. And if you didn't see the last part, I got Arbok from the boss battle of the 3rd dungeon. He was the boss. And he came with Bite, which is a pretty good move, and I added another one, Pursuit, which you'll probably see a little bit. It looks like just a little star sort of thing. But Bite is pretty good. It easily cuts through these Pokemon, and as you can see, this is the mainly fighting, fire, and then I don't know if we've seen any yet, but there will be some electric in this dungeon. And I catch a Charmander, and I decide to switch to him. He has Ember, which, you know, the Pokemon aren't always that great inside the dungeon you catch them in, because obviously you're fighting Pokemon of the same type. So I switch back to Arbok. Arbok is pretty strong, and his attacks are very good. And Arbok is just a cool Pokemon. I really like how he looks in its small form. The whole snake. Well, he is a snake, so I guess that's why he would have a snake look. But I don't know, just the whole snake Pokemon just looks cool. Anyway, we're running into some different Pokemon there. There's Ninetales. Which is, if you haven't noticed, there's always these big groups of Pokemon, and a lot of times in the middle of the group there's one Pokemon that's a higher evolved or just a different Pokemon that you haven't seen before, and that Pokemon is a higher level and has a lot more health than the other Pokemon in the groups, so it mixes it up a little bit. So I run into these big groups and I get some Magnemites, and there's a Magneton who just won't die, but Arbok loses about half its health. Oh, little lag right there. Ooh, sorry about that. It's definitely recording lag, has nothing to do with the game. But anyway, I switch to this Magnemite, and I pick up a Mankey. So I switch back to Charmander because these are all Steel-type Pokemon, so I figure he'd be pretty strong. But then I run into some more fighting and fire types, so Charmander isn't very useful. That right there, Charmander does not actually walk that slow or that fast. It's all lag. I don't know why that happens. Unfortunately it does, though. But anyway, here the big crank comes to show us the boss. Turning very, very slowly, unfortunately. Wish I would have watched it through before I started narrating. I could have tried to fix some of that, but oh well. It looks like it's speeding back up now. So we get the flame Pokemon, Charmeleon. And I switch right away because Charmander's not going to be much help. So I switch to a Graveler because he's pretty good against a fire Pokemon, obviously being rock. And Graveler easily annihilated Charmeleon. And I don't get him, unfortunately, but I get plenty of coins. And Graveler also does not walk that slow. That's probably Pinnacle Studios' fault right there. Recording this all using a Dazzle DVC 100. And it all goes on to Pinnacle Studios, which is, I don't know, can be extremely fussy. But either way, I killed 84 Pokemon, and I've befriended some Charmanders, and my new most powerful Pokemon is that Magnemite right there, actually, level 105. And now we are sent back into the terminal, and I've befriended Pokemon with power 100 or higher, which means that the Battle Royale for this grade will open. I will not be going in there quite yet, because I still have 2 more dungeons to complete, but it is open, so if I wanted to, I could. So here I look at this recruiting thing, because I have a lot of, well, not a lot of money, but I have extra money, so I recruit the Pokemon using some of my money, and I get a Persian. Here I'm looking for it, and I was looking for the level 137, which is why I couldn't find it. But if you get a Pokemon through buying or passwords, it's higher than the level that the Battle Royale cuts it off at, or the Wonder Key, I believe they call it. Then it gets put down to the highest level possible that you can have for this grade. So as you can see, the Persian right there, instead of, well, I'm switching to the Magnemite. Oh, no, there we go. The Persian is actually brought down to level 99. So I switched to the Persian, and I will be using him a little in the next video. His attack is Fake Out, and I add another one right here. I don't think there's anything good, just Growl. Yeah, Growl. But anyway, yeah, next time I will be going into the beach dungeon. So, stay tuned.